Sableye TCG here, and welcome back to our TCG battle video on my channel. Today we're going to be playing with Brent Tonisson's list from the Melbourne Regionals out of 531 players. The Giratina deck came out on top once again, winning another Regionals. Big shout out to Brent Tonisson. He actually was just at the Liverpool Regionals and actually flew back to Melbourne to play in that Regionals and won it. So actually very crazy because in Liverpool he actually got second. So lost to Giratina, still a very formidable deck in the format. First of all, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're going to get more daily Pokemon TCG uploads over here that you don't want to be missing out on. And if you want, you can check out some unique perks here by checking out my sponsors here. There is dragonshield.com where you can get 5% off, yourplaymat.com to create your own custom playmat to get 10% off. There is PokemonStore.com to get 5% off, and you can support the channel by using Sableye TCG over at cardmarket.com for European players. With that being said, today it's time for Giratina VSTAR to be seeing how good it actually still is in this Paradox Rift format. We have Paldean fades out, but that actually didn't change the meta at all. The only great cards in that particular set was of course something like the Moonlit Hill and that tool card that allows you to slap 280 damage if the opponent has one prize card remaining. So interesting for sure. Giratina can snap everything with its Star Requiem, and Lost Impact is a formidable attack slapping 280 damage, which is more than enough to take care of most Pokemon in the format. We have one Sableye, one Cramorant, one Greninja, and all of these Pokemon are actually attackers. So in this list, they actually opt back to 2 copies of PokéGear. Before that, they actually were playing with 2 copies of Sableye, and only they actually were not playing any PokéGears, if I recall. So they actually added those in because I think having Colress on the earlier couple of turns is actually very great, or also in the late game to find that Roxanne when need be. So you just set yourself up by using flower selecting of the Comfey in combination with Colress Experiment to get as many cards in the Lost Zone as possible. If that happens, you're going to be able to use Mirage Gate, a very powerful item card, to accelerate the energies, whether you want to be attacking with the Greninja here, or just to go for a shred attack, or even just set up an energy on Comfey so you can retreat and an energy on Sableye. It's all possible because of Mirage Gate. 2 copies of Counter Catcher and 2 copies of Bulbasaur is very huge. Typically you would only see like a combination of like 3 Gusting cards in a Lostina deck, but yeah, we're gonna be checking it out. As mentioned, big shout out again to Brent Tonisson being able to, of course, win another Regionals here. We do see Lost on Giratina being able to just win already like 3 regionals this season alone, actually in the Paradox Rift format. So it is actually stating a fact that Giratina is a tier 1 deck. We can no longer hide behind the fact, oh, it breaks a lot, because now people are playing with the PokéGears. The PokéGears are consistent, and it actually is showcasing that it is capable of winning tournaments. So with being with Giratina now being such a strong force, it also doesn't seem to be having any kind of weakness. I also saw that there was a Lugia on the top 8 of Melbourne Regionals, so that was actually pretty interesting indeed. And 531 players is the biggest Australian Regionals of all time. So we start off with our lead Comfey, very great. We have a Nest Ball already, which means we can get another Comfey up, and looks like we are up against Roaring Moon. Okay. Against Roaring Moon, I think the best plan of action is just to go, I'm going to go for Nest Ball here. I could go for Flower Selecting first, so maybe I could save the Nest Ball for something else, but that's just fine. Depends on how you roll with the deck, I suppose. So Flower Selecting here can get us VIP Pass. That's even better, actually. So, and with VIP Pass, I'm actually going to go for Comfey and Athena. I think looks like there's 2 Giratinas priced. That's actually kind of insane, but if I can get a Giratina VSTAR set up ASAP, that would be very great as well. And we're also going to be taking some prize cards, I suppose. We have the Bulbasaur already in hand, so here comes the Jet Energy here, allowing us to use Flower Selecting. What do we have? A Nest Ball and a Water Energy. We could go for Nest Ball here. Giratina, actually, the Greninja is actually not going to be that useful, I suppose. Yeah, I could go for like Nest Ball here, find the Greninja here. I'm going to have to find some Colress Experiment. 4 Colress Experiment, 2 copies of PokéGear. Gonna check real quick. Yeah, there's 1 Water Energy price, so we would have not been able to get the Giratina off regardless. But having a turn 1 PAF here would be super strong. Definitely against Roaring Moon here. So I'll be just retreating. Get another card in that Lost Zone. Alright, VIP Pass or PAF. In this situation, we don't need any other attackers. I'll just go for the PAF here. I'm just gonna use Greninja first, draw some cards. There's another PAF. We have the Giratina VSTAR. I'm just gonna set turn 1 PAF and end the turn. I think against Roaring Moon, that's the strongest thing you can come up with. If they don't have a stadium in hand, they're not gonna be able to use Squawkabilly. They're not gonna be able to use stuff like Lumania. They're not gonna be able to use Galarian Moltres. They're not able to use Radiant Greninja as well. So all the abilities from all the rule box Pokemon have been shut off completely. So that's how I really love the Giratina deck, by playing 4 copies of Path to the Peak, because Path to the Peak can carry me. I was also playing against Brent Tonisson during the first round of day 2 of Liverpool, and I unfortunately lost because I couldn't bump Path. And let's see if the opponent will be able to do that. They are already getting out Squawkabilly and Galarian Moltres here. There's a Pokemon Catcher coming along as well, probably going to be targeting down my Giratina, which is not going to be the case here. Super great. And let's see if they can bump the stadium. If they're not able to bump the stadium, they will actually lose. Lots of 2 prizers on the field. They could go for a Sada here. There's already 2 Darkness Energies in that discard pile, so if they have Professor Sada, they could technically draw 3 more cards and then hope they find a stadium. Whatever the case is, I'm actually glad that Pokemon Catcher failed here, because if Pokemon Catcher was heads and they were able to target down Giratina, we would have to play from behind. So exactly, they're going to be setting down another Roaring Moon here, and I think they don't have a stadium in hand, but they do have a Sada. No, they have the Town Store. They have literally everything to bump their way to victory here. The cool thing is that they are not playing the Greninja build, because they're already having so many Darkness Energies in the discard pile, so I don't think they're playing the Greninja build. So there's Sada on top of this. This is huge. They could potentially draw into another Pokemon Catcher here. They would still need Attachment and E-Switch. Energy Boost Capsule, huge as well. And there's a Squawk and Seize getting rid of another Sada. There's 2 Sadas in their discard pile. That's actually pretty interesting. That Energy Boost Capsule is also pretty huge, by the way. We're not going to be able to do a lot with that because we're not playing Vacuum. So that's definitely going to help out a ton. We could set ourselves up with a Giratina VSTAR. They could have Emergency Jelly. The Town Store is also still available. There's an attachment coming. Probably going to be seeing an E-Switch as well. The cool thing is that we now have access to Radiant Greninja once again. They're not even able to get an attack off. They kept the V-Star as well. That's kind of crazy. I will be evolving here for sure. I'm going to be using the Town Store real quick to check what we have access to. So we have, yeah, our prize card Giratina is actually pretty damn bad. We do have Counter Catchers. There's a lot of PAF. They were actually afraid of Counter Catcher, I suppose. So there is that. Could slap down another PAF here. 2 Super Rods. 2 Psychic Energies. Okay, fine. We're going to be going for Greninja first before we Lost Zone some stuff. Whee! There's a Jet Energy. That's great. First of all, I'm going to go with the first Flower Selecting. We need to find Colress's Experiment. There's a Super Rod, there's a Psychic Energy. I think I'll save the Super Rod over the Psychic Energy, seeing as there's 2 Psychic Energies in the discard pile already. That makes more sense, right? Okay. Currently set at 4 cards in that Lost Zone. We could boss up something and spit it with the Cramorant while slapping down. There's no energies in the discard pile as well, so we can use Star Requiem to get rid of this. That could be pretty damn interesting. Could get the Cram out. Cram, PAF. I'll switch card. Or we could Jet here, I suppose. Because we are not able to, like, we could Lost Impact here for 280, but then we're leaving ourselves wide open, I suppose. I don't know if they're going to be having anything else. There's the Moltres there as well, which we could potentially target down. Interesting, for sure. PokéGear, finding that Colress, of course. What else was in there? Yeah, a bunch of cards, that's fine. Colress's Experiment. Colress. Countercatcher Colress. Seems like the best plan of action, right? Yeah, that seems like the best plan of action. Let's take these. Currently in the discard pile, 6. I wish this Ancient Energy Boost Capsule was not there, but on the other hand, if we Lost Impact this one, and then they could blow themselves up to get the KO here. That could be pretty tricky. Let us just go for Jet Energy first. Get some more cards in that Lost Zone. Flower Selecting. There's another PAF. These PAFs are really strong, so I'll save them. And we still have not found We have not found any Mirage Gates, which is pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna just retreat into the Comfey. Go for some more flowers. Like, I haven't found any Mirage Gates. Yeah, there's a Mirage Gate. That's cool, but we're not able to get an attack off, unfortunately. So I think I'll just go for a Switch Cart here for the Cram. We have a great hand. I don't know if they're going to be going for something like an Iono. That could be the thing, but PAF is down. They could Forest Seal Stone for it. I could Super Rods and some stuff as well, but I'll wait. I'll just get a little spit off. That's fine. We have a lot of cards currently in. They could still get rid of this PAF with Calamity Storm to KO Cramorant. That would be fine because I then can Lost Impact the Roaring Moon and save my V-Star for later. Another thing I really like here is going for like PAF in combination with Roxanne. PAF in combination with Roxanne is super strong. 2 Sawdust already down the drain. So we'll see what happens here. They have 8 cards in that loss zone. They can no longer go for like Balls of Zordus, Giratina and use Frenzied Gouging. Otherwise they just knock themselves out. And we also only play 2 copies of Water Energy, so it's already in the loss zone. We're not using Greninja in this situation, which is totally fine. We have Sableye and Super Rod shenanigans anyhow. Another Roaring Moon. Ultra Ball. Let's see what they come up with. Get rid of Dark Patch. Currently they are not finding enough energies, it seems. Don't see any vessels anywhere. There's another Moltres, so lots of 2-prizers on the field currently. With PAF around. Oh, no, there's more Peko. And there's the Professor's Research. Okay. They've already used their V-Star ability, which means we can potentially trap. They can now get off the Roaring Moon attack here. But they did get rid of like 2 Sawdust and a Dark Patch, making things a little bit harder. Yeah, there's an energy coming down onto this Roaring Moon. Forest Seal Stone for the memes of it. And the Calamity Storm. We're going to be slapping down another PAF. They currently are in... They haven't used that many stadiums, I suppose. Yeah, at this point, we could get more cards into the loss zone, but I'm afraid we're not going to get a switch out. How many switch outs did we use already? 1 switch card, 2 Jet Energies. Yeah, we might as well use this. It's fine. Okay, so we start off with Colress's Experiment. Get the Roxanne, get the Grass Energy, get the Boss. There we go. These are all great cards to work with. We potentially can star a Requiem this guy. We have a lot of Super Rods as well. We can Mirage Gate at one point when we Super Rod. So that's interesting indeed. Gonna go for the Flower Selecting. We get Giratina VSTAR and the Grass Energy. Because we have so many Super Rods available, I think I'll just take the Grass Energy here. And then go for the Concealed cards. Okay, there's the Jet Energy. There's the Mirage Gate as well. So we can get a Lost Impact attack off. But we can also wait here. This guy has enough energies. But I wonder if without Sada and Dark Patches and all that, if they're going to be able to get where they want. If we slap down another PAF, they might have some difficulty. Currently sitting at 1 PAF, 2 PAFs in the discard pile. That's actually pretty interesting. I will Super Rod 1 Cramorant. Do we need Cramorant? Cramorant actually could get an attack up, but Sableye is actually way better. We have another Super Rod available regardless, so I think I'll just Super Rod these in. I will... We can Lost Impact this guy, right? This guy has 180 HP remaining. We could Counter Catcher and knock out another Pokemon like this guy, Frenzied Gouge. We could still set up Giratina one more time, I suppose. Definitely with a Roxanne play. If this guy goes down, we can Roxanne, which is super nice. So we will Jet Energy here. We will save the Counter Catchers for later. Then we will Mirage Gate. This. Sableye is also priced. That's kind of annoying. And we still have another PAF to the peak, which is actually pretty huge. We will save this. We have another PAF, so I think I'll just slap down this PAF. We can Lost Impact and save our Star Requiem for later. Sounds like a great plan. We're only gonna take 2 prize cards for that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. 280. This has 180. Let's see here, 180 with 160. That's still a lot of attacks that we need to get off, but let's just try and burn all their resources here. Yeah, Lost Impact is where it's at. This and this. Get out. And the Roaring Moon is knocked out. Okay, so we have still access to our... There's Sableye, of course. We have to Super Rod the Giratina. Gonna have to slap down that Giratina. Have to go for counter catcher plays and trap something. It's gonna be pretty tricky. They've already used their V-Star, which is great, I suppose. PAF is also down. Depends. The Sawdolls are also gone, so they can technically set up this Roaring Moon by attachment Dark Patch if they're able to find that. But then they're gonna use Frenzied Gouging to try and knock it out, which is gonna leave them with a lot of damage counters on them. And if they do that, we can Roxanne them, get the Sableye in play, and get a lot of knockouts. So that's gonna be our game plan going into this situation. They're gonna try and go for the Calamity Storm. Nah, if they don't, they have to go for Frenzied Gouging here, right? Frenzied Gouging, okay, perfect. We're gonna Roxanne the hell out of this guy. They don't have the Emergency Jelly either, so that's great. And Sableye can do a lot of muckus here. It's gonna be fantastic. So, going up with this. We will, first of all, counter catcher a 2 retreat Pokemon. That seems to be the best plan of action. We counter catcher a 2 retreat Pokemon. Might as well get this, but this can get Sawdot. But the Sawdolls are all in the discard pile, so probably this is better. Grabbing this one to the active, then slapping down the Sableye. Using Super Rod, we need a Psychic Energy, right? Yeah, we need a Psychic Energy. We have to use Roxanne as well. I will Super Rod, Giratina, Psychic Energies. Here they come, flying in. I will use Mirage Gate. Get Psychic Energy. Only Psychic Energy. Because I need to save these Grass Energies. Yeah, we have more Grass Energies, it's fine. I'm gonna get the Psychic onto the Sableye, the Grass onto the Comfey. We still have enough energies right here. Yeah, it's gonna be the Roxanne play. Yeah, here we go. Roxanne time. We're Roxanning them to 2 cards. PAF is still around. It's gonna be beautiful. There's still more counter catcher shenanigans where that came from. We don't have Giratina, unfortunately, but that's fine. Flower selecting. PAF or Giratina? At this point, I guess I have no shot. Wait, we still have PAF to the peak, right? If they have Switch, they can get a KO, but we have counter catcher to trap them again, but we have more boss's orders. Look at our Lost Zone. I've already used 2 Super Rods. I guess I have no shot but to get the Giratina V-Star. Although we now take 3 prize cards. 3 there, it's 2 there. Yeah. I guess we just get Giratina V-Star just in case, right? We'll see if they can get an attack off or not. We can retreat already, or we switch card to... I want to find... I really, really want to find my Giratina V. That would be beautiful here. Giratina V, hello! So Giratina V set up here. We give him a Grass Energy. That means we can start Requiem later, and now we switch card our way to the Sableye, which can do a lot of muckus here. We're gonna Lost Mine. And our targets will become, we can Requiem everything in the active, so we go with this. That's 2 prize cards. Then we put 3 and 1, so Sableye can knock this out, and the rest is like 50 damage. 50 damage might as well. Put it all on this guy just in case, and boom, let's go. Let's go. Okay, PAF, Roxanne. That's what we had like a lot of Tina's prize, which was super unfortunate. So we have a lot of win outs here. Either we Sableye the Squawkabilly, Okay, they have Dark Pass, you have E-Switch. Luckily, they did discard Iono, which is super nice. So they're still stuck with the 2 retreat Pokemon. They cannot use Soda because there's 2 in the discard pile. Their list only plays 2 copies of that. Sableye can knock out Squawkabilly for 2 prize cards, or Giratina V-Star can knock out the Roaring Moon for 2 prize cards, because we still have our V-Star ability. So that's pretty much how you play Lostina. You have like so much late game potential that against a lot of decks in the format, you easily get the punish with Roxanne and PAF to the peak. Look at that. What can they do? They've slapped on a stadium. They were able to get Dark Patch and E-Switch. So yeah, they still need to take 3 prize cards here. So yeah, they just concede. We had the checkmate position, by the way, and their 2 retreat Pokemon was still stuck in the active. Counter Catcher being the nail in the coffin for the Roaring Moon deck out there. As mentioned, this Roaring Moon deck is very popularized by Ross Cotton, being able to, of course, showcase that Roaring Moon is tier 1.5 deck out there in the format, and now people are finally respecting it. The good news is, of course, Giratina doesn't mind all that much, because Path to the Peak is just such a strong card in a nutshell that you can easily get away with all the matchups in the format. Think about a turn 1 Path against the Mew, think about a turn 1 Path against Miraidon, a turn 1 Path against Roaring Moon. Path just carries a lot of weight to it, and definitely in a lot of matchups. Okay, ready for the next one with the Lost Tina from Melbourne. Brent Tonisson, a phenomenal player, to be honest. If we're taking a look at their track record here, this season alone, they were able to acquire $25,000 by playing Pokemon. So, and they are actually flying all around the world. So that's a very, very insane accomplishment for sure. With that being said, let's continue on. Yeah, that's actually super crazy. Yeah, they were usually like a Gardevoir main, but now they hopped over to Giratina and see a lot of success with it. Second at Liverpool, first at Melbourne. The deck is kind of good. This time around we do go first, but this is definitely not a great hand going first. We're up against, looks like Mew VMAX, our most difficult matchup. So I wonder how this will go. Definitely because we do start with a 2 retreat Pokemon, which we don't want to be seeing here. But we do go first, so maybe we can get a turn 1 Path Cheese. Okay, no switch outs, unfortunately. I'll have to go Nest Ball, Comfey, and then get Greninja out to see if we can find a switch out. If not, things could go horribly wrong. Let's see, how many switch outs do we have? We have 4 Switch Cards and 3 Jet Energies. That's 7 outs. I don't want to burn my PokéGears because we're up against DTE Mew, presumably. So we do have an additional turn. If it's Fusion Mew, we will be slaughtered, but hey-ho. Concealed cards, activation, no switch outs. That's horrendous. That is very bad. I'm not gonna lie. Ah, dang, that's very, very, very bad. I'll do think that we could get away with an Abyss Seeking if our hand is actually a little bit better, but when a Path Judge hits this board state, it's not gonna turn out well. Dang. Okay, there's the Judge already. Give us something good. I did, there's the Jet Energy now. VIP Pass also pretty useless currently. We could go for the Abyss Seeking here, but that's gonna be turning ourselves into quite the bad board state. Mew VMAX, inherently very bad matchup, and we did see that in Liverpool when Brent Tonisson lost against Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX is still a threat to be respected for sure. Fusion Energy as well, okay. Okay. No VIP Pass, please. Please let us play the game. Okay, we can Jet Energy on the Comfey, try to find Colress and then go for there. Or we can Abyss Seeking, but this is also super bad. There's an Ultra Ball coming, so more Fusion Strike systems. And as mentioned, you might think, oh, Giratina V-Star, one of the strongest decks in the format. But then you have openings like this, where you don't get any card in the loss zone. We're able to dominantly win against the Roaring Moon, but this is going to be a different situation. Box of Disaster as well. That's not bad of a setup, I would say. No Path down. No Path down. That's huge news. No Path down. I think I'll go for the concealed cards first. Whee! There's not bad. This. We could go for an Abyss Seeking. We could go for that, or try to find... I think I'll try to find some more cards in the Lost Zone first with some little Comfeys here. Flower selecting. Come on, Colress. Sableye Super Rod, that's an easy choice. Sableye could be useful. We have another Super Rod in hand, so there is that. We retreat and then find PokéGear or Colress. Any of those could work. Come on, heart of the cards. PAF. I will cheese them. It is fine. Here, we got a PAF cheese. Let's go. They could still have vacuum in hand, I suppose, but then they have to burn their vacuums for a Seal Stone. Will they have to burn it already? Switch into Mew? Maybe they have to force seal for a vacuum. Cramorant, even worse. Please be Tails. Please be Tails. Please be Tails. Yes! Okay. With that being said, they have to force Seal Stone for a vacuum, which is great. Then their force Seal Stone is already burned, so the PAF really came in clutch a tiny little bit. Yeah, what else? We have 2 cards in the Lost Zone. That's like literally nothing. How do we respond to this situation? There's the vacuum that they had to get with. I would have to burn a tablet for it. Crazy. Well, that's 1 tablet down the drain. We don't have a Giratina VSTAR. This is their Genesect draw power for 5. They need Energy, Mew VMAX, Balsasaurus. And if they draw like a bazillion DTEs, that would be great. They could also draw Path to the Peaks. They could draw... They're retreating to this Mew. Do they have it? Path? Energy mix? What? Yeah, come on! That gives us an additional turn, but they are able to set themselves up here with a DTE. So it's DTE Mew with a couple of fusions in there for the Spiritomb. We don't run Spiritomb, so that's kind of tricky. We have a Jet Energy, that's super huge. We're gonna go for the Flower selecting. There's the PokéGear. There is that PokéGear. Because we're probably not getting an attack off anytime soon here. At least I don't think so. I think I'll go for Jet into PokéGear, so we optimize our chance to find Colress. So now we dig 2 cards deep again with the Flower selecting. We get a Giratina VSTAR, that's not bad. We can try and actually evolve one already, so we are a little bit safer for our boss plays. And then we go for a good old classic PokéGear, find Colress. There's Colress, okay, that's fine. And now we are currently sitting at 5, so we will go to 7 if we have the Mirage Gate here. We can actually knock out this first Mew if we want to. Okay, PAF. PAF is strong. Counter Catcher. Mirage Gate. We can Abyss Seeking here with Tina. Huh. Yeah, these are all great cards, by the way. We have a lot of cards in hand currently. I don't think they will be able to get out of the situation. I think I will go for 1 Mirage Gate. We are at 7 cards in the Lost Zone. We could Mirage Gate, but I don't think they're going to be able to KO this one, right? Definitely with PAF still around. Grass, Psychic, Grass, Psychic. We could get another Mirage Gate and already KO this Mew, but I am not a big fan of the Box of Disaster. Yeah, we could also go for Abyss Seeking with this Giratina. But that's gonna be a little bit trickier. We have Super Rod. Maybe it is better for us. We have a Sableye here as well, which could technically be useful. So I will slap that down just in case we get like judged. We have this. We have Counter Catcher. I think I will Star Requiem 1 Mew VMAX because this is only working from damage, right? If a V Pokemon has full HP and is knocked out by damage, Star Requiem is not dealing damage. So we cannot like KO this Mew and then go for like taking 8 damage counters, then our Giratina V is like wide open. They've already burned 1 tablet. For all we know, there is going to be another tablet prize, which means they're gonna not be able to KO this because the first Mew has that. Box of Disaster cannot get that Choice Belt equipped, so they will need 3 modifiers here. And with DTE, again, 1 tablet, and now Genesect for 4 cards. Will that be enough? Mew VMAX, Boss, Tablet. They've already wasted on a lot of Cramorants as well. There's the Mew VMAX. It's the one on the bench, though. 2 Cramorants gone, 1 Power Tablet. There's the boss's orders coming down on... Oh yeah, the Giratina. This one is something they can KO here. That's fine. We do have the Mirage Gate right here. We can counter Catcher maybe, and then Sable Sprinkle a little bit if we do find Colress here and there. There's a Cramorant again. Like, how many PAF bombs did they already use? I think if we slap down... Yeah, there's the heads. That's super annoying. We don't know what they're going to be able to grab with the Cramorant, but look at that. They have already burned 2 vacuums here. We could still Roxanne cheese them with Sableye, which is definitely great because there's a lot of energies already on play. Counter Catcher, something like a Genesect, and then sprinkling it with Sableye. They have burned... Did they already play the tablet here? I think, yeah, they still have to get the tablet. If they don't find tablet, that would be huge because they've burned the tablet to go for the Lost Vacuum. I think we survived this hit. No, we don't. What did they play? Did they play another tablet? Or am I wrong? What did I miss? What did I miss? Anyhow, they knocked out Giratina V. That's fine. There's a Colress. They're about to go down, mates. Colress. We get Roxanne. This one. Let's get them. They could go after another Tina, but then they're going to be in a huge amount of trouble. So I will... do we have another? I could just shuffle all these in, right? I'll just go for Flower Selecting first. Giratina VSTAR, that's great. We can then go for Super Rod, get the entire squad back in. We Nest Ball. How many cards in the Lost Zone? 10. That's fantastic. Nest Ball. Get another Giratina set up. We then... I don't think they're going to be able to get out of this one, right? We could get rid of this. This guy's not going to be any threat. We are going to go for the path to the peak here. A Mirage Gate coming down. Let's get Psychic and Grass. On the other one, they could still have Boss, but at this point, there's only one Boss there. There's going to be a path down. They have burned down their resources right there, so that's good. We have a Roxanne here as well, so all good, all good. Let's evaporate Mew VMAX with the Star Requiem. Let's go. Get out of here, Mew VMAX. And there's another Giratina waiting in the back, so tricky situation. 1, 2, 3 prize cards. Let's go. 2 Colress. Okay, that's the reason why we couldn't find them. Fine. Looking into their prize cards, they could technically knock this guy out if they played on all their tablets, but then they're gonna have issues with the Giratina right here. They have a PokéGear, that's nice. The Switch Cart. The PAF is still down. I don't think they have played down 2 vacuums, which is the the silliest part about all of this. Yeah, the 4 PAFs really carrying me in this situation. There's a Psychic Leap, and they're gonna give us another Pokemon. That's fantastic. That is really, really fantastic. We can actually Switch Card this damage away. So now we have 230 damage onto ourselves. If we heal 30, that means 20 damage to 60. That means 60. Yeah, the Switch Card here. Switch Card doesn't help actually, to be honest. Mirage Gate and knock it out. This. Water Energy. Psychic Energy. And the PokéGear. It is Colress. We could Boss as well, but this looks better. If we find Giratina VSTAR, it is probably going to be game. Giratina VSTAR, Roxanne, PAF, maybe even a Jet here could work miracles. Don't need anything else. Let's go with this. And then we Jet away. So they need Boss again as well. Let's go with the Lost Impact. And we're going to get rid of Jet Energy. I don't think they're going to be able to KO this Giratina. So I'll leave the energies right there. And I will get rid of the Water Energy right here. Let's go. The PAF is still down. We only need to take one more KO. They could still Iono us, but that's fine. We have a boss here. They need 4 prize cards. They need to play 3 tablets altogether in order to KO this big Giratina VSTAR, blocking their PAF. Yeah, there's the concession. Yeah, the PAF really carried us in this game. So we won against Roaring Moon EX, the Ross Cotton build. We won against DTE Mew, the Fabrizio list for most likely. And yeah, looks like Giratina does. It was a little bit scary right there, I'm not gonna lie. At something like a Spiritomb or Drapion V could have definitely helped this matchup a little bit further. But as we all can conclude, Giratina VSTAR, Lost Impact Star Requiem, these attacks are just so strong inherently. And the Lost Zone engine, ever since Lost Origin came to town, yeah, it keeps all the cards as well. So after rotation, the only thing that you have to worry about is that PAF is gone. And that's going to be kind of a tricky situation because, as you see in this video, PAF carried a lot of weight to it. Then you could still go for some other disruptive stadium cards like Pokemon League Headquarters, I suppose. But it's not as strong as PAF. PAF really shuts down a lot of decks. Okay, and our last game for this video, we will hopefully find a Charizard, because Charizard is also a very easy matchup. You use your little Cramorant, you can spit on a Charizard, then you can Lost Impact. You can also go for Star Requiem on another Charizard and another Lost Impact onto something like a Pidgeot EX. Alright, and this time we will go first again. And we have a bunch of Comfeys, so I love that. When I start an opening hand and I see a Comfey, I already say this is going to be a game. Okay, since I am in dire need for Colress's Experiment next turn, I think I will already use Nest Ball here. And instead of going for Comfey, I'm going for Radiant Greninja. If I find an energy from the Flower Selecting, I can definitely do some things with that. Although we do have one Switch out in hand, that's not going to be enough, I suppose. For Colress, 2 Water Energies. Maybe we can use the Water Energies this time around. 2 Water Energies. 4 of these, 3 grass. A lot of paths as well. Alright, let's go. Flower Selecting number 1. OA. Switch card or PAF? Turn 1 PAF? PAF cheesing? Why the hell not? Switch card. Can we find an energy? Yeah, we have an energy. That's what I predicted. So we can go for some more draw power with Ninja, hopefully finding Colress's Experiment here and there. There's a PokéGear which can become Colress's Experiment, so I'm fine with it. So here you go, PAF, cheese. I'm PAF cheesing everyone today. We did throw away a PAF, so we only have 3 available, 1 in play, 2 in deck. Let's see what they are bringing to the table. We can get a Greninja off if we get Comfey, and Colress's Experiment, then we are at enough. We need to get 3 Comfeys off and a Colress's Experiment. Then we can get the Ninja off and maybe take 2 prize cards on something like Comfey. They could potentially step down a Manaphy. Don't even know what they are playing. Most likely it's also going to be a Giratina deck. Because when I see Comfey, I immediately say like Giratina is the best version for the Comfey decks. They have a Cramorant, that's kind of tricky. 2 VIP Pass. Yo, look at their setup. And the Colress, wow, okay. Let's hope. Most of these Giratina decks are also not playing Escape Rope, so I think my first Comfey will see the discard pile. It's gonna be a tricky mirror match, I suppose. Could also still be another version of Lost Box. Oh, yeah, it's Roaring Moon. Okay, it's a different version. At least that's great. They were able... they haven't seen anything quite yet. They did just see Psychic Energy, Switch Card, Nest Ball. So they did give up on Roaring Moon. That's actually pretty interesting. They are playing Lightning Energy. So we could get the Giratina thrown up in this mix as well. They haven't set up Manaphy quite yet. But now we need to like summon 2 Comfeys. And I've already burned 1 Nest Ball. Oh boy. Here's the Cram. They have 4. Yeah, they were playing Escape Ropes. That's actually pretty funky. Okay, they get the first prize card. Come on, that's fine. we can still work around this. VIP Pass, a little bit late to the party, mate. Flower selecting. Nest Ball or Giratina. In this situation, I take the Nest Ball here. I will go for PokéGear. I will get the Colress, and then I will wait with Nest Ball. I need to get as many Comfeys on board as possible, so maybe we can get a Comfey right here. Comfey. Energy, energy. Yeah, if we have 2 energies here, we can attach 1, retreat 1. I think PokéGear is probably going to be better just to get into the game, I suppose. Currently sitting at 5 cards in the lost zone. Dang, dang. We could potentially just go, instead of going for like attach, retreat, Comfey, then we're going to be doing nothing. We Nest Ball and we spit as well. We have our Sableye. We have access to Super Rod here and 1 Psychic Energy still there. 2 Super Rods, so that's nice. We're going to have to attach here. Then a retreat. Not slapping down any weak HP Pokemon any longer because I plan on going for my Greninja turn here. It's going to be the 1 prize mode. Spit innocently, let's go. They're probably playing something like a Roxanne or something. We'll see what happens. They could be playing Iron Hands, which could be pretty tricky. Maybe I should have set up a Giratina V here just in case an Iron Hands appears. Yeah, that could become pretty tricky, I know. When an Iron... I will not be able to respond to an Iron Hands. Yeah, but I had to take a prize card here, right? For all I know, like, Iron Hands is prized for a Sealstone. I just hope that... Yeah, there's an Artisan. Concealed cards as well. Darkness Energies. Darkness Energies and Lightning Energies. I think Iron Hands could come to town here. They are currently sitting at 7 cards in the lost zone. I think Iron Hands will slaughter us here. There's no other way. Yeah. I expected as much. They need to burn 2 Mirage Gates for it. But on the other hand, yeah, they will be taking 2 prize cards here, which is super scary. And I didn't set up a Giratina here in time. Yeah, I did. I wasn't able to do it. It was choosing between Giratina or a KO from Cramorant. Yeah, this is not good. This is definitely not good. They're going to be taking 2 prize cards. We could technically, like, counter catcher Roxanne them into oblivion and try to trap them. And try to set up a Tina there. Dang. Escape rope as well. Giving up on Greninja. I'm not giving up on Comfey. We need to get cards in the lost zone. Yeah, this is not good. If I had like a Pokemon that was not able to get one-shotted by an MP very much, that would be crazy. Okay, another additional energy right there. That's fine. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, guys. We tried our best, but this Iron Hands, we need to respond to it right away, and we're not playing something like a Radiant Greninja or something. There is a room for the Artisan, though. And we need Roxanne. We need Roxanne, and we're currently sitting at 5 cards in the lost zone. But if we Roxanne, it's gonna have to be trapped for a bit. We cannot get Giratina out, I know. Let's get these out. Try to set up Giratinas that way. So we need Giratinas. Yeah. Flower selecting. There's a Colress's Experiment. Yeah. Colress's Experiment is a nice card, but we're not gonna be able to respond to this Iron Hands. Counter catcher. We need Roxanne, right? Okay, there's the Roxanne. At least there's that. We attach of the turn to a Comfey. We counter catcher a Greninja. And we YOLO. There's Pokemon. We need to Roxanne currently here. And then set up Tina's so we can boss this guy later, man. It's gonna be pretty tricky. Okay, Nest Ball. This guy. Currently sitting at 6 cards. That's not enough, unfortunately. We retreat. Flower selecting another Nest Ball or an energy. The Nest Ball could become another Giratina. We have Mirage Gates. That's nice, at least. Okay. This is scary. Will they be trapped? Let's figure it out together, shall we? Yeah, we could slap down this, I suppose. We don't have Manaphy in our deck. That's actually pretty tricky. Yeah. Pass? Yeah, so be stuck for a turn so we can boss you and start Requiem that Iron Hands. 3 cards in hand. That's my only win condition currently. He's trying to trap that Radiant Greninja. There's an Artisan that can get a Sableye, which is super annoying. There's a Beach Court for free retreat, and it gets prizes. Ah, dang. Thank you very much. I was not able to get that Giratina on the active position. Unfortunately, they're at 1 prize card. Now, this is annoying. Now we need to Roxanne once again. There's a PAF as well. That's actually pretty interesting. So, with that being said, we need to get all the cards in the world. So we Mirage Gate, get the Grass Energy, our last one remaining. Yay! We can get 1 energy here. Because we do have free retreat. We can flower selecting. More cards that we don't need. No! We retreat. Man. Roxanne? Counter catcher. Yeah, this is not gonna be working. We can like counter catcher, I guess, and then sprinkle a little bit. Nah, it's still not gonna work. It's still not gonna work. Definitely not with this situation going around. We like slap the Iron Hands. There's Beach Court. Maybe. There's not even a world where we can do stuff here. We can like Jet Energy, Counter Catcher D. This is not great. I think I'll just concede. There's like a 5-card lead. The Iron Hands was too much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the Awesome Giratina deck that won the Melbourne Regionals. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in ridiculous ways. You have no idea. Also, go check out our sponsors. If you want to get some fantastic Dragon Shield sleeves, you can head over to Dragon Shield. There's a link down below. Use the coupon ZABLOOS5 to get 5% off on everything on the Dragon Shield website, from sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Definitely check it out. If you want to create your own custom playmat, you can head over to yourplaymat.com by clicking the link down below or using the coupon ZABLOOSTCG10YP to get 10% off of creating your own custom playmat. They ship worldwide, so definitely do so. There's PokemonStore.com as well for your TCG live needs. If you want to get code cards, they have single codes for like promo cards, as well as the latest booster packs in town. You can get 5% off on everything on the website using the coupon ZABLOOSTCG. And cardmarket.com, you can support the channel by using the referral name ZABLOOSTCG to help support the channel. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. And yeah, I'll be back with some more content. Temporal Forces is also coming near, so it's going to be great. And I'll be at the Dortmund Regionals next weekend as well. So lots of things to look forward to. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. See you all then. Peace.